Well, good morning. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. Yeah, I want to talk to y'all about 2020. Y'all know that 2020 was all made up. They made that coronavirus up. They made that was a so-called virus that they made up. Of course, they made up the problem, which was the coronavirus, and they found their little quote unquote solution, which was those vaccines, which long term it's going to kill us. So 2020 was actually prepping people for the future coming of the mark of the beast. So in 2020 when you had to have your mask on, you can't enter here unless you have your mask on. You can't enter here, you can't buy whatever you can unless you have the mask. The next one was the vaccines. You can't enter here, you can't buy this, you can't sell this unless you have the kill shot. That's what the vaccine is, the kill shot. So you see how that they're prepping us? They're prepping us for they're prepping those who are carnally minded. They're not spiritually minded, because Romans 8:6 says to be carnally minded is death, but spiritually minded is life and peace. So that most carnally minded people, they just go along with it, like they just want to be a guinea pig, instead of them to use their brain that God give them and do research on the matters themselves, instead of trusting some devil to what they told them that, oh, the vaccine is going to save your life, so it's going to. That's called deception. Y'all need to be spiritual minded, so y'all know the spiritual side of things. If you're carnally minded, it's going to lead to your death. Again, Romans 8:6. To be carnally minded is death. To be spiritually minded is life and peace. You need to be spiritually minded. And the only way you're going to be spiritually minded is if you read that KJV, you study it, you meditate on it, and God will reveal some things to you. He'll give you his knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and of course, boldness, which is lacking in most men today. So back to those masks. So I seen people drive with masks on. Make it make sense. They drive with masks on. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm pretty sure they even shower with masks on. But anyway, the point of this video is they're prepping. They're conditioning us for the mark of the beast. First is the mask. You can't enter here unless you have your mask on. Then it was the vaccines. You can't enter here. You can't buy, sell unless you have the vaccine. Because Scripture says that no man may buy or sell unless he have the mark, which is the future mark of the beast that is in your forehead or on your right hand. And you better not take that mark. When that time comes, if you're left behind, that is, you don't even have to go through that time period first if you get right with God. If you're left behind and you're pressured that you won't be able to provide for your family, you won't be able to buy, you'll lose your job, you'll stuff like that. You won't be able to buy, sell unless you have the mark. Will you take that mark? You better not, because if you do, Revelation 14:9 says, and the third angel cried with a loud voice and said, if any man, that's right, any man. It didn't say any lost man, Christian. No, it says any man, and that means mankind. That means woman too. If any man takes that mark, that man shall drink of the wine of wrath of God, which is poured out in the cup of his indignation. Revelation 14:9 in the KJV. That's the thing. They're prepping us for the future mark. They're prepping us for the future mark of the beast. Do not take that mark. Do not, because there's no turning back. You're already doomed if you take that mark. So do not take that mark, even if you're pressured. So you might as well go out and get your head and be beheaded. Be beheaded. Be bold. And when you're pressured to take that mark, you better not take it. Revelation 14:9 describes that. So that's what I want. That's the truth of the matter. They're conditioning us for the mark. So it was the masks, the vaccines. I'm pretty sure that digital ID, that You hear them talking about that digital ID. They want to get rid of the cash. It's a one world currency, so they want to spy on us for the things that we buy and stuff like that. That's invasion of privacy. You see how they're slowly but surely taking our freedom away. So if you get spiritually minded, you won't be deceived of future events. So start reading that KJV, understand it, meditate on it, and God will reveal some things to you. It's gonna be rough, y'all. It's gonna be rough, y'all. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So y'all have a blessed day. God bless.